Hello friends, welcome to my channel Rio. So let's continue with chapter 43, part 4, the resurrection of Sriyukteswar. Here Mukunda is asking his Gurudeva to explain more between the rebirth on the earth in the astral and causal spheres. Man as an individualized soul is essentially causal bodied, my Guru explained. That body is a matrix of 35 ideas required by God as the basic or causal thought forces from which he later formed the subtle astral body of 19 elements and the gross physical body of 16 elements. The 19 elements of the astral body are mental, emotional, and lifetronic. The 19 components are intelligence, ego, feeling, mind, sense, consciousness, 5 instruments of knowledge, the subtle counterparts of the senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, 5 instruments of action, the mental correspondence for the execution abilities to procreate, excrete, talk, walk, and exercise manual skill, and 5 instruments of life force, those empowered to perform the crystallizing, assimilating, eliminating, metabolizing, circulating, and functions of the body. This subtle astral encasement of 19 elements survives the death of the physical body, which is made of 16 gross metallic and non-metallic elements. God thought out different ideas within himself and projected them into dreams. Lady Cosmic Dream thus sprang out, decorated in all her colossal, endless ornaments of relativity. In 35 thought categories of the causal body, God elaborated all the complexities of man's 19 astral and 16 physical counterparts. By condensation of vibratory forces, first subtle, then gross, he produced man's astral body and finally his physical form. According to the law of relativity, by which the prime simplicity has become the bewildering manifold, the causal cosmos and causal body are different from the astral cosmos and astral body. The physical cosmos and physical body are likewise characteristically at variance with the other forms of creation. The fleshly body is made of the fixed, objectified dreams of the Creator. The dualities are ever present on earth: disease and health, pain and pleasure, loss and gain. Human beings find limitation and resistance in three-dimensional matter. When man's desire to live is severely shaken by disease or other causes, death arrives. The heavy overcoat of the flesh is temporarily shed. The soul, however, remains encased in the astral and causal bodies. The adhesive force by which all three bodies are held together is desire. The power of unfulfilled desires is the root of all man's slavery. Physical desires are rooted in ego and sense pleasures. The compulsion or temptation of sensory experience is more powerful than the desire force connected with astral attachments or causal perceptions. Astral desires center around enjoyment in terms of vibration. Astral beings enjoy the ethereal music of the spheres and are entranced by the sight of all creation as exhaustless expression of changing light. The astral beings also smell, taste, and touch light. Astral desires are thus connected with an astral being's power to precipitate all objects and experiences as forms of light or as condensed thoughts or dreams. Causal desires are fulfilled by perception only. The nearly free beings who are encased only in the causal body see the whole universe as realizations of the dream ideas of God. They can materialize anything and everything in sheer thought. Causal beings therefore consider the enjoyment of physical sensations or astral delights as gross and suffocating to the soul's fine sensibilities. Causal beings work out their desires by materializing them instantly. Those who find themselves covered only by delicate veil of the causal body can bring universe into manifestation even as a creator. Because all creation is made of cosmic dream texture, the soul thinly covered in the causal has vast realizations of power. A soul being invisible by nature can be distinguished only by the presence of its body or bodies. The mere presence of a body signifies that its existence is made possible by unfulfilled desires. So long as the soul of man is encased in 1, 2, or 3 body containers sealed tightly with the corks of ignorance and desires, he cannot merge with the sea of spirit. When the gross physical receptacle is destroyed by the hammer of death, the other 2 coverings, astral and causal, still remain to prevent the soul from consciously joining the omnipresent life. When desirelessness is attained through wisdom, its power disintegrates the 2 remaining vessels. The tiny human soul emerges free at last. It is one with the measureless amplitude. I asked my divine Guru to shed further light on the high and mysterious causal world. The causal world is indescribably subtle, he replied. In order to understand it, one should have to possess such tremendous powers of concentration that he would close his eyes and visualize the astral cosmos and the physical cosmos in all their vastness, the luminous ball with the solid basket as existing in ideas only. If by this superhuman concentration one succeeded in converting or resolving the 2 cosmoses with all their complexities into sheer ideas, he would then reach the causal world and stand on the borderline of the fusion between mind and matter. There one perceives all created things, solids, liquids, gases, electricity, energy, all beings, gods, men, animals, plants, bacteria, as forms of consciousness. Just as a man can close his eyes and realize that he exists, even though his body is invisible to his physical eyes and is present only as an idea. Whatever a human being can do in fancy, a causal being can do in reality. The most colossal imaginative human intelligence is able, in mind only, to range from one extreme of thought to another, to skip mentally from planet to planet, or tumble endlessly down a pit of eternity, or soar rocket-like into the galaxy canopy, or scintillate like searchlight over Milky Ways and starry spaces. But beings in the causal world have a much greater freedom and can effortlessly manifest their thoughts into instant objectivity without any material or astral obstruction or karmic limitation. Causal beings realize that the physical cosmos is not primarily constructed of electrons, nor is the astral cosmos basically composed of lifetrons. Both in reality are created from the minutest particles of God thought, chopped and divided by Maya. The law of relativity which intervenes to apparently separate the noumen from his phenomenon. Souls in the causal world recognize one another as individualized points of joyous spirit. Their thought things are only objects which surround them. Causal beings see difference between their bodies and thoughts to be merely ideas. As a man closing his eyes can visualize a dazzling white light or a faint blue haze, so causal beings by thought alone are able to see, hear, feel, taste, and touch. They create anything or dissolve it by the power of cosmic mind. Both death and rebirth in causal world are in thought. Causal-bodied beings feast only on the ambrosia of eternally new knowledge. They drink from the springs of peace, roam on the trackless soil of perceptions, swim in the ocean endlessness of bliss. Lo, see, their bright thought bodies zoom past trillions of spirited created planets, fresh bubbles of universe, wisdom stars, spectral dream of golden nebulae, all over the sky's blue bosom of infinity. Many beings remain for thousands of years in the causal cosmos. By deeper ecstasies, the freed soul then withdraws itself from its causal body and puts on the vastness of the causal cosmos. All the separate eddies of ideas, particularized waves of power, love, will, joy, peace, intuition, calmness, and self-control and concentration melt into the ever-joyous sea of bliss. Friends, anybody who resonates with my videos, please do comment. I would like to know more about you. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.